Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming through this Saturday morning. Very, very committed to the cause, and I hope that this morning we can give you good reason for being here early. And I want to thank all of you who've tuned in live. Don Landon and his team in Port Elizabeth. There's a whole lot of people watching us out of Port Elizabeth this morning, which is great. You guys got up especially early to join us. I'm sure there's some quip I can say about that, but I'm holding myself back for PE. We got the KZN guys watching us this morning, which is awesome as well, and a big team in the Free State. So shout out to all the guys around the country watching us this morning. Guys, you are sitting in the halls of DuePoint here this morning. See, we can live stream in the room. That's how great our technology is here. Folks, no need to live stream in the room. I'm right here. You're getting to see me in living color. You're sitting in the halls of DuePoint. DuePoint is a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. We're a listed and licensed life and short-term insurance company, founded in 1952. This is our 66th year of trading. So this is not a new entity. This is not a new business, not a startup. Because you haven't heard of us does not mean that we're new. We're certainly not one of those things that flies in from offshore, forces you to sell bamboo shoots or deer antler velvet mouth spray or one of those things and then disappears with your money. That's not who we are. We're a long-standing 6.5-decade-old insurance company. We are, of course, also an authorized and registered financial services provider. There is our FSP number. You can look all of our licenses up on the internet. You can find us on the JSE under Conduit Capital. You can also see all of our certificates on the wall next to the front door and all of our associations on your way out today. We want you to be comfortable with who you're dealing with here, because if you like what you see this morning, which thousands, tens of thousands of people have already been, we would like you to commit some time, some part of your life to be working with us here at DuePoint. You're going to be working with this team over here. It's a motley crew of people with different skills and experience. We've got the best looking one in the corner over here, Brendan Benfield. He's the senior executive here and founder of the division. I'm a chartered accountant. I've been in the industry for the last 20 years. We've got Tim standing next to me, second best looking. He's from the banking industry, been with us for about 15 years, also a chartered accountant. Then we've got the last chartered accountant, third best looking, Stacey, although I understand that's debatable. And she comes out of the auditing industry. She's our auditing specialist. She comes from Deloitte, where she's worked both locally and internationally with us. Now you can see the three of us know what we're talking about. These two here are not sure. These two are the non-accountants over here. Jane over here is our direct selling expert. She gives us a tremendous international experience. She's actually from the UK, but has spent the last decade with us here. Rob in the corner over here, we don't really know what he does. Apparently it's got something to do with the beautification of DuePoint. Everything that is designed, everything you feel, see, and touch at DuePoint has been designed by Rob. He ran his own digital design firm for 20 years, was focusing on the financial services space. So we got the requisite skills, but the most important fact about this team and your decision to join us here at DuePoint is that we will work with you. That is our primary objective, to work with you, to support you in the process of what we do here at DuePoint. The second most important thing, although they're probably pretty close together, is that we are actually here in the country. You can find us in this building 6 days a week. As I said, we're not one of these things where you've got to try and Skype us in a prison in Russia or try and find us some American state or in China somewhere. We're actually here. Any day of the week, you can pick up your phone call, you can drop us an email, or you can come and visit us right here. All of this we do to give you some trust in what we're doing here. We've lost a lot of our trust in South Africa, and we want you to gain some of that back with us here at DuePoint. So what is it that we do at DuePoint? Well, there's two primary objectives that we have at DuePoint. The primary one, the first one that we have, that we built this entire business off of, and the one that I'm going to test you on later, so you have to remember what it is right now, is the objective of putting in the hands of every South African a tool that they can use and control to create recurring and reliable income. This is something that we don't have left in South Africa right now. In South Africa, we are seeing our economy slowly fall to pieces at the hands of other people. We are bystanders as we watch decisions made and we watch global trends happen, and there is nothing we can do as we watch our life and circumstances continue to deteriorate. This is a fact. I'm just telling you what you already know. You also have no control over your income at the moment. You're full-time employees, most of you. Some of you might be business owners, but as full-time employees, you know that somebody else is making the decision about how much you can earn. Someone else told you how much you were going to earn on the day you arrived there. Someone else has told you how much increase you're going to get this year. Some of you might have got it over December, 3%, 6%, maybe if you were lucky, 10%. Somebody else will tell you if you're going to get a bonus or not this year. And ultimately, that person's going to be the same person who tells you whether you have a job or not, whether you've been retrenched or fired. You have no control. I've never seen anybody that walked into a job and said, this is how much you will be paying me from day one. I've not seen anybody say to me, listen, I need an increase every month or every 3 months, not once a year. It's just too slow for me. Okay? Nobody succeeds in that. We have no control over our income. And it has an interesting effect on us. It starts bottlenecking our survival. In South Africa, we have to survive on at least a minimum amount of money. They did some research on it last year, and they said to feed a family of 4, just to feed it, will cost the average person 7,500 rand a month. But the average income is 4,500 rand a month. So where do we get the other 3? I know in my family it doesn't cost 7,500 rand to feed my children. I don't know what they eat. They've probably got holes in the bottom of their legs. But it costs more than that. So that means I have to make more money than the average income to survive. But I can't do it because I don't have control. I don't get to go to my boss and say, listen, I'm sorry, I earn 6,000 rand a month and I need 7,500. Please give me an extra 1,500 rand. It doesn't work like that. So we've gone out and we have mastered a new system here in South Africa. And we are recognized as one of the most complicated and advanced debt societies in the world. We've invented debt for everything, have we not? Every part of your life, you can find someone who will loan you money for it. You want clothes? They'll lend you money at the till to buy the clothes. Now, you want groceries? You go to Pick and Pay. They'll lend you money at the till to buy food that you will pay for long after you've eaten it. You want a car, you go to the bank, they give you a car loan. You want a house, you go to the bank, they give you a home loan. You want to start a business, they're going to give you money to start your business. Every aspect of our lives we've put debt in because we cannot afford to live on what we earn at our jobs. This is a reality, guys, and it doesn't matter what position you're in. You can be an executive at the top, or you can be working in the mailroom at the bottom. It doesn't make a difference. You will be spending more than you are earning. This is a reality. We know this. The statistics tell us that this is what's happening in South Africa. And so we've come out and created this tool. This tool at DuePoint that we place in your hands, and we say, you can now start bridging the gap between your earnings and your expenditure, not with debt, but with an income you control, and one that is not here today, gone tomorrow, but one that is reliable and stable. That is our primary objective here. You're going to be confused later. You're going to tell me later, Brendan, no, what you do at DuePoint is you sell financial products. Okay? No. Our primary objective at DuePoint is the creation of income. That is it. Our secondary objective at DuePoint is we want to create a very different type of financial services company. It's 21st century. There are pressures on us from regulation, from society, and from a changing world for us to change the way we do financial services. We want to connect with our customers on a 24-hour basis. We want you to be able to communicate with us anywhere in the world, anytime. And so we've put technologies together, and with our primary objective, we've created a system that we call the DuePoint system. Now, the DuePoint system, very simple. What it does is it allows you as an individual in South Africa to contract with us as what we call wealth engineers. Wealth engineer is just a title. It has one task only that you have to do. One task that you contract to do with us, and that is to connect individuals to us. Not to sell our products, not to market our products, not to be brokers, not to be advisors, simply to connect people to us. As you connect people to DuePoint, you create for us new channels of distribution, new channels that we can go down and sell our products to. And as we do that, as we create income out of that, we're able to create that extra recurring income for you. Now, why is it recurring? Well, the cornerstone of our system is built on financial services products. Why? Because they run on debit orders. Debit orders are computerized, and they run every month no matter your circumstances. This is in contrast to other systems where you're trying to sell something out of the boot of your car, and you have to run to your friends and beg them to buy. They might buy in month 1, then you run to them in month 2, and they're not interested anymore in buying. So your income was up, and now it's down. Month 3, you're in a car accident, you're lying in hospital, you can't do any selling of the goods out of the back of your car, and your income is gone. At DuePoint, no matter your circumstances, every month our computer systems raise those debit orders, and your income comes in reliably and stably. This is the cornerstone, the foundational piece of the system that we've built. We then layered that with the ability for you to duplicate yourself in others so that you can get back your time. People are constantly telling me, Brendan, I don't have time for this business. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the I don't have time for this business either. The objective of this business is to buy back your time. You are able to leverage others in creating income for yourself now. You can't do that at work. What is your work doing? It's sucking all your hours up, but you have no control over your income. Is it not? Is that not? You're going to go back to work on Monday, are you not? Even though you cannot demand a raise, even though you cannot shorten your hours, even though you cannot demand a promotion, you're going back on Monday. Happily, too. Smiling. That you've got a job. That you're one of the 50% in South Africa that have a job. Okay. But you'll tell me you don't have time to do this business. Folks, this business buys back your time. It buys it back as you now leverage others in the creation of income for yourself. We've built that into our system. Now, this is not an employment opportunity, folks. In fact, we never ever tell anybody to quit their jobs here at DuePoint. Keep your job. It's like a precious resource in our country these days. Keep your job, do well at it. This tool is something that you use on the side. It's what you replace that time you spent watching TV, eating potato chips, sitting on the couch. That's what you replace. That time you replace with this tool. And instead of it being unproductive time, this tool creates or converts that time into money for you. That's what we do here at DuePoint. It is not employment. It is a tool, and you remain completely independent of us here at DuePoint. You choose when and how much you want to use this tool. Nobody's going to force you to do anything with regard to it. Folks, there's no risk in becoming a wealth engineer at all. I'm happy to debate anybody on that. We have specifically built this system so that you do not lose financially. We know that in South Africa, we're the first always to lose our money. Okay? The guys at the top, they seem to get the money first. But the guys on the ground, like us, we're the first to lose our money. The next thing that flies in takes 10, 20, 30,000 rand of your money and flies out with it. And you're left with nothing except a handful of false promises made. At DuePoint, there are no startup costs. There are no startup fees, no monthly fees, no application form fees, no starter guides that you have to buy. There are no fees for being a wealth engineer. By simply being a product owner at DuePoint, you're automatically a wealth engineer in our system. There is no premium paid for being a wealth engineer in the DuePoint system. Folks, you also do not require any specific education or experience. You're not brokers, you're not intermediaries, you do not sell in our system, you do not advertise or market in our system. That's our task as DuePoint, not yours. And therefore, it is available to everyone in South Africa. People often ask me, what about foreigners? Yes, foreigners that live in South Africa and wish to grow channels in South Africa can join DuePoint. It is for everyone who lives in South Africa. You are building a real asset here. This is something people promise you normally, and it's a false promise. Here it is a real promise. Because your channel that you will create creates recurring, stable income. You actually have something that you can sell. You can transfer it to somebody else. Your entire channel will be left to your children when you pass away one day. And they will earn from the income you created during your lifetime. This, again, is very different from what we are doing in South Africa today. You will see throughout this presentation how different the DuePoint system is from anything else you've ever heard. Your channels will be left to your children, and they too can choose to carry on growing it through their lifetime, generational legacy, or they can choose just to earn off of the income that you created during your lifetime. Folks, this is a system of convenience. We sat down at the beginning of DuePoint and we said, what are all the things that people hate about direct selling and network marketing? People get the chills when you say the word network marketing. They run for the hills. They think of all the old networks that kind of freaked everybody out. Guys, we sat down and we said we don't want any of those attributes in our system. So, the first one, people hate selling things. They have to go to their friends and try and convince them to buy toothpaste that's not as good as the toothpaste in the shop, but they've got to convince them that it is. Energy drinks, pills, mouth sprays, bamboo shoots, I've seen them all. Folks, there is no selling in DuePoint. DuePoint is responsible for the selling. Your task is simply connection. So if you were worried about selling, and people come to me and say, Brendan, I don't have the personality for selling, it's not for me. I'm like, no, this is for you. There ain't no selling. You can relax. Secondly, people do not want to present. A lot of people are terrified of presenting, and it's costly. You've got to have a venue, you've got to have the gear, you've got to have time to drive out and do presentations all over the place. At DuePoint, there is no presenting outside of this room. DuePoint does all the presenting for you. So you can relax on that front. And we've run through the entire list of other things. We've eliminated them all. This is a system of convenience for you. You have one task the task of connecting people to DuePoint. How do you connect people to DuePoint? Well, there's 4 ways. The first way is you can go to our information counter and buy one of our USB sticks. It's 170 Rand, and it has our presentation on it. You can put it into a computer, excuse me, a computer or a smart TV, and there we are doing the presentation for you any time of the day. Okay. The second way is you can bring people here. Monday through Saturday, we present out of this auditorium. Night times, lunch times, mornings, you will find a slot that suits you and your guest. Bring them here, and we will present to them and to you. And then the third way, your most important way of connecting people to DuePoint, your number one way, is through our YouTube channel. You go to our DuePoint channel on YouTube, and you will find every single presentation we have ever done on that channel, and a lot more, which means that anytime, anywhere in the country, you click one button, the play button, and there we are doing the presentation for you. You can be a night shift worker, you can be an early morning worker, you can be a late night worker, you can work in the middle of the day. You just have to click play. Some of our wealth engineers have said, all I need to do is teach people to click play. That's all at DuePoint. Before, I had to teach them about products and filling application forms out and presenting. I don't teach them any of that at DuePoint. I just teach them to click play, and we do the rest for you. And then the fourth way of connecting people to us, ladies and gentlemen, is through our live streaming. Every one of our presentations, every single day, is live streamed and broadcast out to the entire country. If you're at work, at home, at church, in the bath, we can't see you, it's okay. You click the play button, and there we are, live in your room, full HD surround sound. You've got us in your room. You never have to do any of the presenting in our system. You just connect individuals. And as you connect people to us, some of the people are going to catch the vision of what we're trying to do here. And when they do, they're going to want to become wealth engineers. And when they do that, we allocate them to you, and your channel is born. These folk are out there, will do exactly the same thing. They will connect individuals to us. Some will become wealth engineers, and we will allocate them to you. This process repeats itself over and over as your channel expands out and as you duplicate yourself in your team, eventually across the entire country. It's happening all the time at DuePoint. Now we come along as DuePoint, and we facilitate the purchase of our products throughout this channel, and your income is born. Now, what is very important to note, ladies and gentlemen, is that disappointingly, DuePoint is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Now, I used to use this as a warning because I wanted you to believe that we were legitimate. I now have discovered that the average South African is not worried about legitimacy, they're worried about getting rich quick. That's what they want to do. It doesn't matter if it's illegitimate, as long as I'm getting rich quick. Folks, there is no such thing as a get-rich-quick scheme. There are only those that are going to take your money. That's all it is. I say the only thing that is true is there's get-poor-quick schemes. There are those. Those exist. Folks, this is genuine. Remember, we're a licensed and regulated and listed life insurance company. There are 8 regulators who look after us. I was challenged on that a couple of months ago. Who are these 8 regulators? I listed 10. I was wrong. I found 10 organizations and regulators that look after this business. We cannot do anything under the carpet, behind the corner, backhand. We cannot. We are massively regulated. This is a genuine income earning opportunity. Like your careers, like starting a new business, you know that they take time. Do they not? And so we say the price at DuePoint is time. That's what you're going to pay. Not money, time you're going to pay. If you want to succeed, which you will and can do with the DuePoint system, you need to be willing to pay the price of time. That's all you do. You take your time and you convert it into success here at DuePoint. But if you don't put time, energy, and thought into this process, you're going to go nowhere in our system because it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. How do we reward you in the DuePoint system? Well, there's 2 ways. Firstly, through our returns program. Our returns program pays you R27.50 for every product payment that is made in your channel every month, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel the payment is made. So that sounds a bit complicated. Let's simplify it for you. You go out, you chat to a couple of your friends. Some of them catch the vision, become wealth engineers, and pay for their product. When they do, you get R27.50 multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand. 55 Rand, not for every person, for every product, every month that they make that successful payment. 55 Rand. This is 21st century numbers. These folk go out, they chat to a few of their friends, some become wealth engineers. Again, you get R27.50 multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand. You've been here in this particular example for a few minutes. There's a handful of people in your channel. and you're earning just under 1,000 Rand a month. You haven't got rich overnight, but you will start to feel the impact of DuePoint in your household income almost immediately. We have lots of testimony of people saying that. 2 weeks here, they're earning 2,000 Rand. 2,000 Rand doesn't change your life, but they feel it immediately into their bank accounts. They feel it into their economy. Okay. You then commit more time and energy to the growth of your channel, and as it grows out, you earn on a diminishing basis down to the 8th point. But there's no limit to your potential here at DuePoint, none at all. From the 8th point onwards, as long as you qualify to earn, you are always going to earn 4% of 27 Rand 50. You can build a channel that's 25 points big, or 50 points, or 60 points. As long as you qualify to earn, you will earn 4% of every product payment on every one of those points every single month between the 8th point and the point you build it to. You have no limitation at DuePoint. And your children can pick these channels up after you've gone and carry on building them. This is how we will create generational legacy here at DuePoint. Go and spend some time on our YouTube channel, guys. It's like trying to get blood out of a stone. Guys, do not be afraid of YouTube because it uses data. Welcome to the 21st century. You will need data in the 21st century. You will find. Get some data. Go to our YouTube channel. Watch the training videos where I go into detail about how you earn and how your potential is unlimited in the DuePoint system. Folks, what does this mean practically? Well, how much can you earn every month? It's going to be different for every single one of you. Each of you has got a different set of circumstances with different amount of time that you can allocate to DuePoint. So I can't really answer that question for you. But what we did is we looked at some averages. We picked 20 years of data, did some maths, and we came up with what we believe is a very conservative growth rate formula for the average person that comes to DuePoint. We call it the 3+2 growth formula. And it says in your first month with us, you've got to put 3 people on your first point. It's a responsibility growth formula. It says you've got to be responsible. And in your first month, you put 3 people in. This is not like some other presentations I've been to where you've got to put 15 people in a month. No, you just have to put 3 in a month, okay, in your first month. And then in your second month, the +2, you are responsible for putting just 2 people on your first point. Just 2, 1 every 2 weeks on average. That's 2 people a month. This is not a big ask. If you can do that consistently over time, and we apply all of our lapses and cancellations and all of that nonsense and math to it, we believe that if you can do that for 6 months, you can reasonably expect to be earning around 2,500 Rand a month. 30,000 Rand a year. You've added to your household income with 6 months worth of what we think is very conservative effort in the DuePoint system. If you can push through to 12 months, we believe that after 12 months, you'll be on about 9,000 to 10,000 Rand. As long as you consistently apply the +2. Every month, you're putting 2 people in, 2 people in. 12 months down, that's this time next year, you're on about 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. 120,000 Rand a year that you have added to your household income. For most people, that's already life-changing. For some, maybe not, but for most, it's life-changing to know that every month, on a stable and consistent basis, that 10,000 Rand comes in. You're lying in hospital, it comes in. You're on holiday, it comes in. You're overloaded at work, it comes in. That's what we create at DuePoint. Can you do 2 years with us? All right? 2 years with us means you've had to create a new habit, isn't it? Hands up, who have you said on your New Year's resolutions lists this year, I'm going to do gym this year. I'm getting myself back in shape. Okay, any of you still doing the gym on day 13? Huh? Oh, I got 1 yes. Okay, 1 out of 150 is not too bad. All right. Now I'm going to say 2 years from now, will you still be doing the gym? Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Hey, people are very bad when it comes to self-discipline. You don't have to feel bad. We're all in the same boat. Folks, if you're going to do this at DuePoint, you're going to have to form a new habit, something that you do not for 2 months, not for 2 weeks, not for even a year, something you're going to do every year until you die. All right, it's a new habit. It's something you're going to learn to love doing. Something that's going to change your circumstances completely. Look at how it changes your circumstances after just 2 years. You can do 2 years. You know you can. 2 years in, and we reckon you can reasonably expect to be earning 27,000 to 30,000 Rand a month. 2 years from now, you'll be on 360,000 Rand a year if you've applied yourself consistently and persistently to this new hobby, this new habit. 30,000 Rand a month, I know, changes everybody's life. It really doesn't matter how much you earn. Even if you earn 100,000 Rand a month, an extra 30,000 Rand a month changes everything. But if you're earning 5,000 Rand a month, 30,000 Rand a month is a completely different future. 3 years, we reckon you can reasonably expect to be earning about 45 to 50,000 rand a month. 4 years, we reckon you'll be on about 60 to 65,000 rand a month. And if you can do half a decade with us, 5 years, 60 months. Who can do 5 years if it means changing their entire future? If you can do that, then we reckon you can reasonably expect to be earning around 80 to 100,000 rand a month. 80 to 100,000 rand a month. That's R1 million a year on the low side of that bracket. And you have changed your future completely. You probably are not employed anymore. Although if you are, it would be fun. It would be quite fun. I'd like to do that. You go to your fellow employees who are earning their 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,000 rand a month, and you go, this new Porsche here, that's my hobby income. Let's do it on the side. That's what you can do with this. But I reckon by then you would have bought your time back. But will you commit to 5 years? Will you commit to 5 years? That's a decision only you can make. Many will choose not to. Rob always says, many join the 0+0 club. They get excited, they leave, they do nothing, because this is work. It is work, guys. You will be converting your free time into money with us, but it means you don't have free time in doing it. But look at what the prize is. Look at what you earn for that conversion. Folks, people react differently to this. We like to see it working on the ground. How does it actually translate to people in DuePoint? All right, well, there are thousands, tens of thousands of people at DuePoint already, and we've got a couple hundred testimonies that we filmed of people we bring up here every month. We put them on the stage, and we say, tell us how you're using the tool. We don't put high flyers up. Sometimes we'll put a high flyer up, but most of the time we bring the average guys up and we say, what are you doing with the tool? Okay, here's a couple of them. Here's Nick and Chani. We had to chop Nick's head off, otherwise you couldn't see Chani at the bottom there. They have been with us for over a year now. They are full-time parents, full-time working. They don't have time for this business. This is their hobby income. Over the course of a year, they created a hobby income that's now worth 48,000 Rand a year. That's good for like going away on holiday every year, isn't it? Now imagine you had 50 grand to go on holiday every year with. You could have a decent holiday with that, couldn't you? What about 50 grand off your car payment every year, or off your house payment every year? Do you know how quickly you'd pay your house off if you were putting 50 grand a month into that bond? 50 grand a year into that bond. It would change things. Working consistently through this period to change their future. We got Jack Delamo, joined us on the end of January last year. In 10 months, he created an income for himself worth 8,000 Rand a month. 10 months, okay? I said it would take about a year to get to 9,000 to 10,000 Rand. I think he's on track. 2 more months, he's going to be on 10,000, no problem. Then we've got Don Landon down in Port Elizabeth. Shout out to you and the team again this morning. Don joined us in December. He comes from PE, did nothing for the first 6 months. I'm not sure if that is related to living in PE. I'm not sure. But he did nothing for the first 6 months. I can't blame that. My parents all come from Port Elizabeth. But in the second half of last year, he decided he was going to get stuck in. And in 6 months, he increased his channel size to 11,000 Rand. 6 months. I said it would take 2.5, you'd be on about 2,500 Rand after 6 months. Don was on 11 after 6 months. This is all up to you, folks. It is all up to you. You can do it slowly, like Nick and Chani, or you can do it at a medium pace, like Jack, or you can shoot the lights out, like Don. It's completely up to you. Then we've got Molat Letsona. You see, I bet you guys can't say that name that fast. I've been practicing a long time. From the Free State, Bloemfontein, big team down there. She joined us in April. 7 months later, she's on 11,000 Rand a month. 7 months later. It's completely up to you. I pulled her report the other day. She's now 25. 25 in 10 months. That's 2 years. My calc says you should take 2 years to get to 27,000 Rand. She's got there in 10 months. Okay? So, now what we do is we find that people go, I'm going to be the next Molat Letsona. Watch me. I'm the next one. 3 months down, they're on 500 Rand, they quit. This is rubbish. It doesn't work. They lied to me. No, folks. Every one of you has got a different set of circumstances. Some of you might not have the time or the network that she has. You might have to build it from the ground up. You might only have an hour a month that you can commit to this. Do not expect to keep up pace with these people. This is your tool, not theirs. It's your tool. And there are no timelines and deadlines. You take that tool and you just keep chipping away at it until you have changed your future with it. Go to YouTube, see all the stories. They're all there. You'll find them all talking about how they earn 700 Rand a month, 3,000 Rand a month, 20,000 Rand a month, 70,000 Rand a month plus. You can find them all there on our YouTube channel. There's so many of them, it takes a while. Look at that. All right. Then, folks, the second way you earn through the DuePoint system is through our XP Rewards training program. That's the other excuse we get. Oh, I don't know how to do this. It's not for me. I don't know how to do it. Good news. We teach you from the ground up, from beginner to expert. We teach you how to do this business through our XP Rewards program. As you complete steps in our program, we give you what's called XP points. They're experience points. They are not worth rands and cents. They are simply a measure of your experience and maturity here with us. Naturally, as you gain experience in our process here, your channel will start growing. And where you meet the two criteria of experience and channel size, and people often get that wrong. They think the XP program is just about experience. It's not. Where you have demonstrated experience and channel growth, two things. We rank you up in our training program. And when we rank you up, you earn. In addition to the returns we were just talking about, you earn rewards. In the beginning, it's a little bit of cash. As you get a little bit more serious down here, the cash starts getting a little bit more serious. And then we start to equip you with tools. From rank 5, we give you very, very useful tools. The first one is a lightning memory stick from the USA. It plugs into every electronic device in South Africa, and it's filled with our presentations, downloads, tools, and testimonies. Everything you need to connect people to DuePoint. Everything that you need. Then, at rank 7, we give you your very own set of imported business cards. They're worth 12,500 Rand. They're gold gilded. They're gold printed. And they're on paper that's been chewed by Tibetans for 1,000 years before put into cards. When you give people these business cards, they're going to want to know what you do and who DuePoint is. I promise you it has that effect. You can ask Donnie, he's here this morning, stands in the checkers queue and just hands them out. People sign up the next day. Okay? When they have seen this card, it's like the Ferrari keys. You drop them on the table, people want to know what you do. You bring this card out, people want to know what you do. You're able to connect people to DuePoint. Remember your one task of connecting people? This does it for you. Then at rank 9, as long as you maintain your channel size, every year that you do, we take you and your family away, something that I understood people didn't believe we would do until we did it. You and your family away on a 5-star business class, all expenses paid trip every year for the rest of your life. Now listen, are you getting too excited in the room here? Stop it. Don't get excited. You're not rank 9, you rank 0. Rank 9's a long way away. But you know what's beautiful about the DuePoint system? Again, no timelines, no deadlines. People come to me and say, when do we have to qualify for this trip? There's no timeline. All rank 9s go away with us. We've just come back from the first rank 9 trip that we've done here at DuePoint. We've been back about 10 days from that trip. The guys are in the audience, fresh. Go ask them what it was like. People are saying, I've spoken to some of them, people are writing to them on Facebook going, what do you mean they actually took your family away? What do you mean they actually flew you business class? What do you mean you didn't have to pay for the airport taxes and the transfer to the airport and what do you mean? Folks, this is an all expenses paid trip. You do not pay a single cent. As Patrick and Pumi say often on the stage, they say they left their credit cards at home just to test the theory. I think that was a bit risky, but fortunately for them it turned out okay. They didn't have to pay a cent on holiday. That's the idea. Now to get to rank 9 is going to require you to form a new habit. You will not get there in 6 months. You will not. Doesn't matter how good or how fast you think you are, I will guarantee you, you will not get there in 6 months. Look, I'm happy to be proven wrong. As I said, there isn't a criteria. You could do it in a month, but I'm telling you, you won't. You've got to put your head down and your shoulder to the wheel, and you've got to look at the prize and say, it is worth my time. It is worth my time. Because once it's done, it's done. You don't re-qualify every year. This is not one of those things where you start at naught on the 1st of January every year. You know them well. You've done them all and wasted all your money on them. Okay, am I right? Yes. Yes, wasted all your money. Yes. That's not what happens here. DuePoint is different in every way. This is an accumulating system. Whatever you do this year, even if you miss rank 9, is what you start on next year. So you are that much closer to being rank 9. Whatever you do next year will be accumulated and will be totaled for your 1st of January in your 3rd year with us. So we give 2 guarantees at DuePoint, only 2. The first one is everyone who perseveres and persists will go rank 9. 100% guaranteed. Even if you put 10 people in a year, it might take you 20 years, but you will go rank 9. Because that 10 becomes 20, that becomes 30, that becomes 40. You are working towards it, okay? And the second guarantee that we give is anybody who quits along the way won't go rank 9. Those are the two guarantees we give. But you are never starting from the beginning again at DuePoint. You are always, always accumulating. So, who wants to come with us in 2018? We're going into, book my ticket. I love that one. Book my ticket, then I never see you again. It's all right. No, it's fine. Let's have a look at where we're going at the end of this year. You've got 11 months, because we are going in December again this year, with families, business class, all expenses paid.
All of your wind has gone, and all of the paths you've drawn have sunk to the ocean sun, where no one can see. You stand on at the dark embrace, cower the dreams you chase under the rust and blood. Don't let yourself give up.
So it looks all right, doesn't it? Okay, so how many of you are going to go home this afternoon, talk to your friends, and then decide it's too hard? You're putting your hands up there. You know you're going to go home today and go, oh, my friend says that I'm an idiot for having fallen for this thing, and it's too hard, and the prize is not worth it. You have to form a new habit. Many people are going to let you down in this process. You have to have a thick skin. But this is the prize. None of your jobs are offering you this, as I understand correctly. You didn't have a staff meeting on the 1st of January and you said, this year, folks, if you work really hard, we're going to take all you away from Mauritius to Mauritius business class with your families. They didn't say that to you. If they did, please let me know. I want to come work there. All right. None of them said to you as well that you're going to increase your earnings every month this year. We'll give you an increase every month. No. Folks, yes, it's hard work. Do not fool yourself that this is easy. Why? Because you're dealing with people. People have opinions, stigmas. They've been burnt by what's come in the past, and they will not understand DuePoint the first time you try and explain it to them. So you have to be thick-skinned. You have to be persistent and persevere if you want to succeed. And that can be any one of you. Any one of you can be the next person in that picture, in that video. Any one of you. Then at rank 11, we give you another very useful tool. It's your own car. It's not branded. It's not given to you and taken away. It's not rented through us or financed through us. It's your car. And we hope you will use it in the furtherance of your success here at DuePoint. All of this is on the table for anybody who applies their mind and pays the price of time at DuePoint. We have included in our training program monthly wealth quests. They're little bite-sized pieces of training to help you get to your goals. They're very easy. Everyone can do them no matter what rank they are. This month, we're kicking off the year with our Sprint 2018 Wealth Quest, and we're saying, what do you got to do? Put one person into your first point, onto your first point, every single working day this month. 20 people into your channel this month. Make sure they're all paid by the end of January, and you will start the year with an extra 10,000 Rand in your bank. An extra 10,000 Rand, first month. And imagine what your channel looks like with 20 people on your first point building. 20 people. And 10 grand in the bank after the first month. Can you do this? Will you pay the price? That's the question you need to answer. So people ask me the question, Brendan, how on earth does this model work? Where do you get the funding and the financing for it? Well, fundamentally, in the traditional financial services space, insurance and banking, you know we advertise to you in every way we can. TV, billboards, SMSs, bathrooms, taxis, everywhere we can. It costs the industry hundreds of millions a month, billions a year in advertising to get you to connect with us. At DuePoint, well, we then take the cost of that in the traditional space and we build it into the price of your monthly payments, your funeral cover, your banking fees, your car insurance. Every month that you pay, up to half of that payment is next month's advertising. You just pay for the marketing through your payments each month. Now, we do the same thing here at DuePoint. We've built the price into our product payments. The only difference is we don't advertise here. That's why you've never heard of us. We do no advertising of DuePoint at all in any way. We use you to connect people to us. And as a result, all that money that we would have paid to SABC, DSTV, the billboard companies, Cheetah, Prime Media, all of that, instead of paying it to them, we now pay it to you and your channel. It's simply a redirection of the flow of funds through our business. All right, having built channels of distribution for us, we come along as DuePoint, not you. We come along as DuePoint, and we facilitate the purchase of 3 products. Now, guys, it's important to note that all the details you need about these products are on our website. Go to DuePoint.net. Remember the data thing, the YouTube thing? I'm sorry, guys, 21st century. Go to our website, click on products, and you will find all the information you need, everything. 100% every detail of all of our products on the website. Okay, but in summary this morning, there are 3 products that we as DuePoint sell into your channels. The first one is our Access Wealth Plan. It's 299 Rand currently. Next month the price goes up. So you've picked a good month to come in because your increase would only happen in January next year because you're signing up now. It's a great day to sign up. Okay, 299 Rand a month. For the 299 Rand, you get 2 independent products. The first one is a tax-free investment account, not a savings account, an investment account. That tax-free investment account, we take 100 Rand of your 299 and we put it into that investment account for you every single month, and you have access to that 100 Rand immediately. There's no notice periods or penalties or restrictions in this investment account. You can pull that money at any time. So the actual cost of this product is only 199 Rand. The second product you get included in this plan is our 110,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. So for $299, you get both of those products and 100 Rand going towards your investment every single month. The second product that we have is our Wealth Guard product. Our Wealth Guard product is currently 274 Rand. The price is going up next month. And for the 274 Rand, you get 1.1 million Rands worth of personal accident cover. 1.1 million Rands worth of personal accident cover. Now, folks, we do not cover death by illness or natural causes here because that would start working against our primary objective at DuePoint. What was our primary objective at DuePoint? You all think it's selling financial services? Hey, by now, that's what you think we're trying to do? No? No? Did I get the message through this morning? What's our primary objective at DuePoint? To create reliable, recurring, stable income in the hands of South Africans. So if I say to you, bring all the people you know to DuePoint, and I'm going to cover them for illness and natural causes, I now have to start vetting them. What are your pre-existing conditions? How old are you? Where do you live? What occupation do you have? I'm sorry, I cannot underwrite you. And now the growth of your business is hampered. In fact, we reckon it would reduce your ability to grow your business by half if we introduced illness and natural causes. No, folks. We cover personal accident here. And as a result, every single South African, no matter their circumstances, occupation, or pre-existing conditions, can become a wealth engineer and start building their income here at DuePoint. I had a lot of people yesterday Couldn't believe it. I did this presentation. The lady came after me and said, I'm not joining you because you don't cover for illnesses. Folks, that is not what we do here. What do we do at DuePoint? Why would you want to join DuePoint? To create income. What if we were selling buckets of water and wooden spoons here? Would it make a difference to you? No, because that's not what you're joining DuePoint for. I'm not joining you because you don't cover illness cover. You can go to any insurance company in the country and get illness cover off of the money you make at DuePoint. You know what I'm saying? Folks, these are the tools, the instruments we use to create the income in this model. The third product we have, the one that we think is super, it's our non-financial, non-insurance product. It's our Wealth Points Buyers Club. For 274 Rand a month, and the price is going up next month, for 274 Rand a month, you get to be part of our buying leverage here at DuePoint. As DuePoint Constantia, we're able to go out as a 70-year-old insurance company. Sorry, Mike, I added 4 years. You have to go out and create, and you get to go out with us when we go to suppliers and we say, what are the best prices, discounts, vouchers, packages you can give us? We get way better stuff than an individual would get because we're a major corporate. For 274 Rand a month, you get to be part of the club and you can access all of our suppliers. Hirsch's, Checkers, ShopRite, Take-A-Lot, Yuppie Chef, Eagle Ford, Always On Data. Who else have we got in here? FHM Training, Love Hair, Vaudrey. My goodness, the list goes on and on of all these individuals and all the different aspects of your monthly expenditure. And instead of paying what you pay, you can come in and get our discounts, our vouchers, our dedicated account managers. You get all of that for 274 Rand a month. We love this product. Folks, that is DuePoint. It's decision-making time. Please lock the doors. We have to make a decision now. You've been forced in that position. Is it DuePoint or is it becoming a wealth engineer or not? Well, we think it's actually none of those decisions. We think it's a decision of whether you want to form a new habit, whether you want to start creating a different kind of future. You know nobody's coming to your rescue in South Africa. You know it. Oh my word, do we know it. That one after another, they just do more and more destruction. Doesn't matter who they are. Politicians around the world. Around the world, go to any country, call out the leader, you know. Destruction. We have to save ourselves. We have to start saving ourselves. I'm not joking. It's not a marketing ploy when I say this. We have to start saving ourselves. We're going to have to work to do it, though. And we've put a tool together that we believe will help you get there without bankrupting yourselves. Because that's what always happens. We end up bankrupting ourselves at all of these things. Here we believe that you can do it without bankrupting yourself. If you want to become a wealth engineer with us today, it's very simple. Go to our website, DuePoint.net. Click the apply button. Fill out the form. No money having passed from your hands. And you're a wealth engineer, can start building your channel immediately. Read our code of conduct, get on top of our training videos, know what you're doing here. Then get out there and get our tools. Only if you're serious. If you're not serious, don't bother buying our tools. That'd be a waste of money. If you are serious, go get our tools. They're at our information counter, our USB stick with a presentation on it. Backup batteries for your phone so it doesn't die when you're filling out application forms. Okay? Your own set of business cards. You don't have to wait until rank 7. You can get a great, affordable set right now if you want. Guys, if you're around the country and can't get here, order them at info@DuePoint.net and we'll have them delivered to you. Get the tools. Get the tools and get serious out there. These things not only legitimize your business, but they empower you in the growth of your channels. Join and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is your #1 form of connection to our business. It is free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please go and do it. Then download our free app. Our app is available to you today via our Wi-Fi. Go into the Play Store, go into the App Store for Apple, and get the app on your phone. The app plugs you into your channel in real time, guys. Minute by minute, second by second, you can see what's going on in your channel. Our training is there. Your tools are there. Your personal documentation is there. Get the app. Once you've got the app on your phone, click your name in the top left-hand corner, and your profile will come up. Click the little smiley face in the middle, and it'll allow you to take a profile picture of yourself. Please, not one of those Facebooky kind of ones, or the ones with the kids and the family in the garden in the background. Head and shoulders. That's a head and neck. That's all we want, okay, like that. Once you've taken a profile picture of yourself, you automatically get 1,000 XP points towards our XP Rewards program. You're out the gates, and you've done nothing other than take a picture of yourself this morning. Okay, make sure you do that before you leave this morning. Folks, I know you know what to do. You're on fire. I can see it already, ready to get out there and start building. Now I want to just give you a couple of don'ts so you don't make any mistakes right out the gates. First of all, don't become a wealth engineer today, ladies and gentlemen, if you can't afford to. There are costs involved. Naturally, in the building of channels, there will be costs. Data, transport, there's going to be costs. Make sure you can afford to do this if you want to do it. You need internet access, and you do need to know how to use a smartphone and a computer, at least a little bit. This is a fully online company. There are no paper brochures or applications or gazebos here. Okay? This is totally online. You need to know and have a little experience with your phone. This is not for your granny in the middle of the Midlands who's never even seen a computer and is still using a phone on a cable. She can't do this business. She is not the right person for this business. Okay. Then, don't do this business if you struggle with transport. You need ready access to transport in one form or another because you're going to be connecting people. You can't connect people if you can't move. All right. Now, if you can become a wealth engineer, one of the things I don't want you to do, the most important thing I don't want you to do is to fill out our application form on behalf of somebody else. It is illegal. It's a criminal offense. You could end up going to jail. Our application form is your contract with us. In it, you're going to tick off terms and conditions you agreed to, and you're going to give me authorization to raise debit orders against your bank account. You cannot fill that in on behalf of somebody else. Everyone must fill in their own application form. Folks, don't add family members to your channel. The basic rule is if they live in the same house as you, they can't be in your channel. Husbands and wives must work under one channel, and everybody else must leave and cleave. Kick them out of your house, let them live in their own houses, and then they can join your channel. All right, talk to your lead wealth engineer or our client service team if you want more information on that. And then, folks, you have been set free from the responsibility of advertising and marketing. Doesn't matter how often I say this, people don't believe me. Guys, no advertising of DuePoint on public pages on the internet. You are welcome to use your own Facebook page to engage with people about DuePoint as long as it's your personal Facebook page. But you cannot start your own Facebook page on behalf of DuePoint. The latest one, Friday morning. Oh my word, I've been singing this song for 2.5 years now. Friday morning, DuePoint Johannesburg. Are you kidding me? You cannot represent to be DuePoint. You cannot be DuePoint Mpumalanga, DuePoint Help Desk, DuePoint Wealth Engineers, DuePoint KZN. We've seen them all. You can't do that. You don't understand how many laws you're breaking when you do that. Use your own personal Facebook page and go crazy. But don't advertise, no web pages, no Facebook pages of DuePoint. Okay, you're free from that. You don't have to do it, and it doesn't work. I've been in network marketing long enough to know that it doesn't work. And then, folks, take responsibility for your people. Don't send them to DuePoint's head office and think we'll look after them. Don't send them with other people and think they'll look after them. They're yours. When you build this channel, commit to the task and take responsibility for your people. All right, very excitingly, on the 10th of February, we're having our annual Recognition and Rewards Conference. It's called Converge, but the design guy couldn't spell, so I just put CNV. It's Converge, okay? Our Converge Conference on the 10th of February. This is an awesome event, auspicious, glittery, all of that. We're having it at a fantastic venue, 3-course meal, all drinks include, black tie. It's going to be amazing to recognize our top guys at DuePoint. Anybody who's rank 4 and above can buy a ticket to attend with their partner. So if you want to come, you've got to get to rank 4. Rank 4 is not a big task. It's not one of our higher up ranks. It's almost basically a very medium rank. Get there. Join us, get your ticket. There are limited tickets. If you are rank 4 and above right now, get your tickets, buy them now before they're all gone. Okay, wealth engineers, if you want guys at our Converge conference, well then you need to get them to rank 4 by the end of this month. So you know what you need to do. Get cracking, make it happen. Ladies and gentlemen, you'll see just how serious we are here at DuePoint. I said to you a couple of times along the way, we are not like anything you've seen before. We are not. We are very different. We might have used some of the old principles as part of our base and structure, but this is a very different business to what you've seen before. We are here to be part of an economic solution in South Africa because nobody's coming to our rescue. We want you to be part of it. And if you want to be part of it and you've got questions that you want answered, come and talk to us. Talk to the people who brought you here today. Go to our website. Find the answers. We had to answer all the questions when we built DuePoint. Find the answers and come and join us here. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to see you all outside, and thanks for all of you who've tuned in live from around the country.